Every time you watch porn, your brain releases lots of dopamine. I mean, a massive level of dopamine released in your brain. You know what dopamine is? It's a pleasure chemical that release when you smoke, when you drinking alcohol, when you are having sex, when you are playing video games like PUBG or Free Fire. I mean, when you are getting pleasure, the dopamine chemical, it's actually neurotransmitter release a lot. It gives you instantaneous pleasure. But this kind of instant gratification is actually not that good because it completely reduces your focus and your motivation and energy. Talking to real people feels awkward after watching porn. You don't get motivated, you don't want to work, you feel low in energy also. Because when you watch porn, you also masturbate. And when you get that instant dopamine, your brain wants more dopamine. So you watch more porn, more hardcore porn. You might think it's not that much bad, but it's a clear cut damaging. It is clearly damaging your brain and and your neuroplasticity. If you had this kind of addiction of watching porn. I was also a porn addict, but for the past 3 to 4 months, I have completely removed porn my life, and my life became very good. I have not gone any through. I have not committed to any relationship, but my energy levels, my motivation, my focus has improved a lot, and I feel much more happy and I feel much more confident now. Dopamine itself is not that bad chemical or not a bad neurotransmitter. In real life, when you do any sort of work or any sort of action, working out, socializing, achieving your goals, porn or any video games or social media scrolling gives you that much dopamine without doing any sort of work. Your brain releases that chemical because you get the pleasure through it. When you watch porn, you get the pleasure. You become pleasure. Your mind get pleasure when you watch two or three people having sex, and that's the worst kind of shit you could do in your life. If you addicted to porn, your brain rewires to that kind of access. You will get a lot of problems in your life like erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, and a lot of problems in psychological level and in physiological level. The porn industry itself spends a lot of money for researching the human brain, how it's work, how the lust and the sex can be a money making machine for them. They are making a lot of money and you are getting that. You are giving your attention to them. When you give your attention, they will make money. Because in the modern era, after the innovation of internet, the attention is the new currency. Anybody in the world who can grab any people's attention, they will get the money. You are seeing in the social media and TV and films, sports, everybody, those who are making a lot of money, they are getting the attention because attention is the currency of modern. But hear me out, porn addiction is very bad, but you can free from it through one single thing: habits formation. You could read one good book. I would suggest only one book, nothing else. You already know that book, Atomic Habits, written by James Clear. You should study this book, you should read this book and apply the principles and the tactics in your life. Then your life will improve. And otherwise, if you are thinking that if you just read this book and your life will completely change, no, that's not happening. And in this book there is a life. If you want to change your life, if you want to change your addiction, if you want to do anything in your life, anything good, if you want to add anything good in your life, and if you want to remove anything bad in your life, it can't be done in one day or 1 month or 2 to 3 months. It will definitely take a lot of time because it's all about 1% improvement day. If you improve your life 1% every day, you will get 37% something percent better after 1 year. 37% better. Can you imagine? It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. And in this book, the author mainly talks about 4 strategies: cue, craving, response, reward. The porn addiction, like thing, phone. In phone, mostly people are watch porn in phone. Some people watch in laptop also. First, he's talking about cue. I will suggest you to design your environment something like that. That environment, the porn can't be watched. That's the first thing, cue. craving. You have to replace that habit with something else, with something more pleasurable. In this world, there is also more pleasurable thing rather than porn. Talk with girls, do your hobby, write down your thoughts, play any sports, anything you can do rather than this. You'll get that same kind of pleasure or more pleasure. Can you imagine? It will definitely take time, but you have to do it because porn addiction after 5 to 10 years you will regret too much. I also regret my 2 3 to 4 years of porn addiction, but you should not regret because I faced that part. So do this thing, read Atomic Habits, cue craving, discover, then you have response, then you have to do actions. Only nothing else you have to, nothing else you can do. You have to do actions. You have to schedule your daily life something in a way that you can, the porn can't be watched. And then you have to give yourself a reward. When you stopped watch porn for 1 week and 1 month, you will give yourself a reward that a good food or a good relationship, anything that could be. Apparently it's a long term method. It will definitely take years, 1 to 2 years, but it will definitely give you a better life and a better enjoyment. So do it consistently because consistency is the key and consistency is the only thing that can change your life. So that's it for today, guys, and thank you and keep watching and stay hard.